All right, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Something's going to have to be done about the poisonous thinking that we are seeing here in this country. So, guys, there's this not even phenomenon. It's an infection. And I think this infection is way worse than cancer, because this infection is destroying the country from inside out. And it's the ideology that we entertain all ideologies. That is destroying this country, bar none. I've never seen so many people on TikTok or Instagram and even YouTube spew the shit that they spew and get away with it. Meanwhile, if you give an opinion about something like the election from 4 years ago, they ban your channel or demonetize you. If you talk about starvation or sex trafficking, they ban you or demonetize you. But you could sit here and talk about, for example, and this is, I'm starting at the top, how you want to have a uterus transplanted into your body so that you can have an abortion and be the first trans woman or man to have an abortion, trans woman to have an abortion. So this dude in a TikTok video stated that. And I don't know any scientist or doctor that would transplant a uterus into a man so that they can accomplish that. But then again, doctors and scientists are assholes. We've watched them play the asshole card through the entire Mr. 19 event. So there could be a doctor or two that would do it. But this idiot thinks that he can have a uterus transplanted in his body. There are so many problems with that in itself. I mean, the amount of, first of all, you have to have the same blood match, let alone DNA match and everything else. Your body, because it's a man, is going to reject that uterus like you wouldn't believe. Secondly, you're going to have to take drugs to keep that uterus in the body if the uterus is not rejected by the body wholeheartedly. Then you still have to take rejection medications on top of that. Then after the rejection medication that you're taking to keep this uterus in, then you have to put a viable embryo in that uterus. Now, keep in mind, you're taking rejection medication, which is undoubtedly going to reject the child. So that is an impossibility. Some people are like, you never know with science, it's an impossibility. We are never in our lifetime going to see that, but this idiot thinks so. So, of course, with that, you have people agreeing with this man about this action. But keep in mind, if you stood your ground on not taking the arm ticket or voting for Donald Trump, you were an asshole. And your channel should be taken down. And like so many celebrities and TV anchors have said, if you didn't take the arm ticket, you shouldn't be able to eat. You shouldn't go shopping. You should go to jail. You should lose your freedoms. Because you wanted to take, you took a stand against something that wasn't proven to work. But you can absolutely make these asinine comments and everybody agree with you. Not everybody, but people in your circle would agree with you. You got trans people out there now that think that if you don't date somebody trans, you're transphobic. You have fat women thinking that bullshit too. If you don't date me because I'm fat, you're fatphobic. No, bitch. You're fucking around in the house and no one wants to deal with that shit. Now, I like big girls. That's my thing. But that's me. To tell somebody else that they're transphobic or they're racist for not dating you because you're the opposite sex, it's mind-blowing. That's the mind-blowing shit. And you're starting to try to force people into dealing with your lifestyle. Whether you're fat, you're black, you're trans, you like fucking having sex with a 747. Yes, there is a chick that does have sex with a model 747. A model plane 747. All right? She sleeps with this fucking thing. Anyway, these are called psych patients. These are psychologically damaged people that need to be put away, that need to not have a phone and have TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. These people undoubtedly, guys, need to go somewhere, and it's called Shady Acres. It's a psych facility that I just made up. I'm pretty sure there was a Shady Acres out here somewhere, where they need to be locked away until they're made better. And if they're not made better, guess where they stay? At Shady Acres. At least they got 3 meals and a fucking bed to sleep in. These things are getting out of control, guys. Bad enough we have to deal with people who are pretending to be the opposite sex. We have to deal with that bullshit, right? We have to entertain morons who are like, today my name is Lucinda and I am a girl. We have to deal with that nonsense. Then we got to deal with people and their pronouns. People are making up pronouns now, and we have to call them that or we can get in trouble. People are, listen, if a person came to my job and was like, listen, these are the pronouns that we have to recognize, I'd be like, no. I said, either you fire me or have this person fucking never come to where I'm working or the area I'm working. We're not playing the psychosis game. Because I said it before, I said it again, we gave into the whole psychosis, guys, of the pronouns, and look where the pronoun parties are now. The pronoun parties are now everywhere. They're coming up with all kinds of crazy shit to have us deal with it. Oh, well, my pronouns are, we and us. And I'm like, wait, I got to refer to you as fucking multiple people now? Oh, my pronoun is frog. Could you please call me frog? No, I'm not. I'm not going to call you cat. I'm not going to call you dog. Nonetheless, guys, we gave into this shit, and this is where it is. We are in a zone that we cannot pull back from. And the only way to pull back from it is start psyching these people, start having them talk to psychiatrists, start having them visit Shady Acres for just a day pass. I give them a day pass, have them visit, walk around, see if they like the amenities that go along with that, because that's where they belong. We no longer, listen, people who prepare for disasters are considered crazy. But people who want to be called humpback whale or unicorn, that's okay. I had a guy that ran a gym, CrossFit gym. He was taking psychology. And we were talking about this, and he goes, well, there is, there are many other genders. I'm like, no, there isn't. I said, because when you die, they're not going to put many other genders on your fucking death certificate. They're going to put what you are, male or female. If you go to a doctor or a hospital, they have to treat you accordingly, not to your weight, but because of your gender, with certain drugs, not all drugs. With that being said, and especially the amount that you need to be given. With that being said, he sat there and thought that, yeah, certain people need to, they need to live a certain way because it's better for their mental health. No, it isn't. Because like a spoiled child, when you give in to the psychosis of people, when you start playing along with their problems, like we have been told, when I was in EMT, we've been told numerous times, never play along with their psychosis. It makes it worse. That was always a thing. Now we're playing into their psychosis. What have we seen? It's getting worse. Again, we have people that seem to think that if you don't date a trans person, you're homophobic. And they're trying to throw that at you like that. They're trying to throw it out there like, oh, you're fat phobic because you don't want to deal with my rolls on your stomach. Again, don't force people to deal with some shit that they don't want to deal with. Listen, we even have people now who are protecting people who like to touch kids and calling them MAPS, minor attracted person. They're giving them a category, for Christ's sakes, and they're trying to make that okay because their ideology is, well, if it's consensual, it's okay. Why do you think so many states are trying to make it okay for kids to make decisions to taking on tickets on their own or have gender affirming surgery on their own? They're making it okay for kids to make that decision. So of course, with that in mind, guys, they want to now have MAPS talk to kids, and well, as long as the kid's okay and understands that I like to touch their pee-pees, it's okay. And if they say yes, it's all right. This is where we're going now. And listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if we reset this country, the hard reset's gonna have to be done. Not that soft bullshit, guys. The hard reset. Putting people like that in jail, putting people who think that their pronouns are anything other than him and her in a psych ward, that is the hard reset. And unfortunately, some of these people might even have to be erased. We're talking about the kid touchers. Because this is, guys, bad. In 18,000 million ways you could think of, and there's no such thing, this is bad. The fact that we are accepting it, and people are going, well, it doesn't bother me that when you let people, for example, with the trans shit, they're like, well, I don't have a problem with them as long as they what? As long as they get their fucking little committee together and start fucking, dancing in front of kids and shaking their asses and their cocks. When you start making exceptions for bad things, guys, it gets worse. Simple. We made exceptions for the LGBT community to get here. And yes, there are some old school LGBT that will agree with me. It's gone too fucking far. There was one thing about, listen, they want to sleep with whoever they want to sleep with on their own, fine. But now they want their sexual lives to be out in the open? No. Again, guys, we allowed for too much. We allowed for too much to run rampant. Now we have to set it back. How we're going to do it? Like I said, civil war and a hard reset is probably the only way. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel.